Ukiah, Oregon. We just came through the town of Ukiah and you could actually see kids out playing on swing sets. Now I know that the haze filter on that lens isn't letting you see what this is really like, but it is bad. It just smells like campfire smoke and it is thick. We're hoping by driving south we can get out of it this evening yet before we camp. It's bad. This would be beautiful if it wasn't so full of smoke. Well, this is affecting my throat and my lungs already.
Yeah, it's burning my nose.
Me too.
I don't see how those people could sit outside like that.
I know. And children outside playing. Man. Central Oregon. The smoke is so thick you can't even see the sun. It's up there. Doesn't show through at all. It's how bad the smoke is from all the fires. Well, yesterday was interesting. We started out in northeastern Oregon and a couple beautiful nights there. It was a little smoky, but we were heading for southeastern Oregon and we wanted to go down there into the Alvord Desert. We wanted to shoot our 45-70s and just have a good time down there. And we had checked the smoke forecast or to see what was going on. We could see that down in that area it was pretty clear down in southeastern Oregon. And we started heading south and it started getting worse and worse. When we got down to John Day, Oregon, we were supposed to be out of it and it was really, really bad. I mean, just blankets of smoke, really bad smoke. I don't know how to describe it, how bad it was. But we talked to the service station, the fellow at the service station there, and he said it was worse to the south. So we decided we got online and started looking up the air quality reports, and it looked like down in south central Idaho we would be out of it. So even though it was already 7 o'clock at night, we started booking it east. And we kept driving and driving and driving. I don't like driving at night because you can hit deer so easy, you know. And we started driving. I can hear the coyotes. Don't know if you can hear them. It's odd to hear coyotes in the morning. They usually only howl at sunset. How odd. Anyways, we started driving. Don't know where I left off there. And like I said, I didn't like driving at night. But we went through mountainous areas and windy roads and everything. Highway 26 out of John Day. And started heading for Idaho. And we drove and drove and kept looking out until we could see the stars. Because you remember, the sun was blotted out. So when we got here, the air was clear and it was a starry night. This is Vail, Oregon, just inside, just west of the Idaho border. But we woke up this morning to smoke. And I don't think the sun's, I think it's a heavy blanket of smoke. I don't know if we're going to see the sun here. I think the sun is up already, but it is so smoky we can't see anything. I mean we can't see the sun, but I could feel it in my throat this morning when I woke up. It's bad. There are so many fires. How could they possibly be all natural? I mean, there's just too many. There's thousands of fires in Washington, Oregon, and California. Thousands. Not to mention there's a couple in Montana and places like that, but we're talking thousands in the other places. This is something weird going on here. Anyways, you guys, we're up early. I want to get out of here. We're in an ATV riding area, and I don't know if there's going to be people coming out in their ATVs, but you can see where I'm standing, where I've been walking around it. This is where they like to ride, so it's going to get real, it could get real dusty in here on top of the smoke here pretty soon. So Linda and I are going to head out somewhere, and we're going to keep heading east until we get out of this smoke. It doesn't show up on the camera. There's a haze filter, you know, on the camera. They come naturally that way, and it cuts through this, so you can't see exactly what I'm seeing when it comes to the smoke. But it's a weird morning. There's the sun. It's funny because 20 minutes ago you couldn't see it, even though it was already up. But it was just down, and the smoke layer was so thick. And look at the red sun this morning.
Onion Country, USA.
Yeah, this is really bad because you can look directly at the sun right now, just like you're looking through heavy filters at a solar eclipse. That's how thick this smoke is. Right now I can stare directly at the sun, no problem. That's something. Well, this is the onion growing capital of the world. So the air smells of campfire smoke and onions. Not all bad. Kind of makes me hungry. Lunchtime. We're just in southwestern Idaho, off of Highway 45, just south of Murphy. It's a big trail riding area, so there's a lot of people here with their ATVs and everything, and we're just stopped for lunch. We're near a place called the Silver City Mine. Dates back into the late 1800s. Once upon a time they thought they found diamonds here, but it turned out just to be, you know, typical gems, you know, agates and things like that. But they did find silver. Behind me here you can see these are just some of the trucks and trailers are here that brought in the ATVs and the side-by-sides, you know, things like that. There's a lot. But they're having a good time. The air quality has improved somewhat. And by the way, all that we've showed you about how bad the air has been, this is in the moderate areas. Can you imagine what it's like if the air quality is poor or severe, like 2/3 of Oregon are? It's all, you know, you got the green, yellow, orange, red, magenta, you know, the dark purple. Well, 2/3 of Oregon is like that. Most of California, those are areas where they don't even want you to be. They recommend that you evacuate. Pretty hard to evacuate a whole state. Fires are bad. Not too bad for us right now, though. It's looking better. Pull up your pants.
Yeah.
Well, we ended up at
Well, it's this. I know it's the Snake River Raptor Conservation Area, and this is the Cove
Recreation Area.
Cove Recreation Area. Yeah.
It's a BLM campsite. I don't know how many. There's got to be 30.
Well, we're in Site 21.
Yeah, we're in Site 21. There's got to be 30 different spots here. Each one has its own garbage can, covered gazebo. Most of them have a covered gazebo, not all of them, with a picnic table. And you can see the Snake River down below us here. People are skiing, and there's a lot of sailboats out there, which is pretty cool for southern Idaho.
Yeah, there's no wind, but it ought to be fun to be on a small sailboat.
Yeah, it would be. And we've escaped most of the smoke, except it looks like there's a solid overcast, but it's not clouds, it's smoke.
Smoke.
But it's high, so down here at ground level, the air is pretty good. Anyways, we're just settling in for tonight. Tonight is shower night.
Woohoo!
Well, there's water right here, so we figure we might as well take baths.
Jump in the lake?
Yeah, well you can, but I noticed a faucet right over there.
I'm short enough to fit under the faucet.
Yeah. We're in the little town of Owyhee. That's O-W-Y-H-E-E on the north central Nevada border with Idaho. It's Indian reservation here. But the word Owyhee comes from the Hawaiian word Hawaii. And we don't know the exact details on who settled here, but it was a Hawaiian. I'll bet you, because I know that's where the term came from. I'm going to try to get some more facts though. But you see this building behind me? The way it's constructed is very much like the buildings in Hawaii, just the style of stonework that they used here with the volcanic rock. And that's why Linda and I stopped to look at it. Looks like an old stone church at one time.
Yeah, and the rest of the stone buildings here are very Hawaiian-ish.
Yeah, there's a lot of stone buildings like this, some of them still in use, and they're all in the same style. So we're going to look that up, and I'll put the details in the video. Well, we're heading on down the road, heading south. Still trying to get out of the smoke. It's bad, but it is so much worse in other areas. This is just moderate here. You can smell it in the air. There are people really suffering though. Pray for rain, would you? Linda and I are off on some dusty BLM road in north central Nevada, just looking for a place to camp. And we're off on this small 2-track here. Need to make sure we're on BLM land and not on private ranch land. So we'll be checking our GPS coordinates really carefully here before we make a decision. But it looks pretty good. Definitely remote. Where you at? Okay, I'm going to head back to the car and check the map.
Okay, I'll just make a circle and head back.
All right, no hurry. There's 2 different kinds of map books that we use, one for each state. This is the Benchmark brand, and this is the Delorme brand, and we kind of prefer the Delorme. We find them easier to read. A lot of people prefer these, but I don't know, we have a harder time with these. This one is very easy at first glance to read it, the Delorme. Must be the red ones. And you just buy them by the state. They're really handy because, as you can see, it covers the entire state in detail. Every little section. Pretty nice. If you look at this map, you can see that this area on the inside is privately owned, and then the shading goes out into BLM. So all of this is BLM. Well, we're right here, and the shading, this is private holdings over here, and the shading goes out into the BLM. So we should be on BLM land right there. I need to make a correction. In my last video, I mentioned that if you're looking for national forest on the map, it's green. Well, some maps, the green color is simply an elevation change showing on the map, but you can always count on the border around. You can look for the national forest border. That'll be on every map anyway, where national forest is shown. So just remember, national forest is usually depicted as green, but not always, so be careful if you're looking for a place to camp. Well, Linda found a green rock, green and red. What do you think there? Copper and iron, maybe?
The red is dirt.
Oh, the red is dirt. Okay.
There's those white streaks in them.
Yeah, a lot of quartz here too. You told me no more rocks.
No, I'm just cleaning this one up to look at.
Oh.
Got enough rocks in our heads.
Well, as you can see by all these tracks right here, a lot of backing and filling. It was not easy to get into this spot where we ended up. To be somewhat level. Pretty place though. It is so dry. We have to be so careful not to spark a fire here. Speaking of trying not to spark a fire, you've heard what I've been saying. We drove hard. We kind of saw on the air quality maps that central Nevada was kind of okay. And it's actually, right now, it's actually really nice. There's no smoke at all. Back home in Montana, they got hit. When we left there, the air was clear. And now it's hazardous smoke there, so everybody is staying inside. I just hope it starts raining sooner this fall than normal, because there's just so many fires out of control. And anyways, it's a real sad deal. I mean, there's not just the houses and the cities that have burned, the towns that have burned in their entirety, but there's been a tremendous loss of life too. Well, this is the juniper tree, and this is the juniper berries. And when you taste them, they taste like gin, because this is where gin gets its flavor. And I'm not kidding. Tanqueray. They're not edible, but the flavor's interesting. What, break time?
Yep.
Is it beer time?
Nope.
Shoot.
See what happens when you don't drink beer? You get break times more often.
Gosh, damn. Well, we brought along some special toys this trip. Linda brought her 4570 Sharps. I brought my rolling block. And we were going to shoot down here, but it is so dry and the chances of sparking fires is so great. It's the fire danger is extreme. So we won't be doing that. I couldn't video it anyway. I couldn't share it on YouTube, but we were going to play anyway, have a good time. There's a hillside out there that's about 500 yards, and that was going to be perfect, but some other time. What did you say?
I said I brought my slingshot.
Well, I guess you could have fun with that.
Let's see if I can go 500 yards.
You can try. The way our travels seem to go is that we get down to an area, we don't have a destination in mind at any time, usually just an area. And for example, coming down here today, we knew we wanted to get far away from the interstate because, well, for example, where we camped last night was near Elko. It was about 20 miles south of Elko, something like that. Filthy, absolutely filthy, because it's too close to a major city. And I'm talking human refuse kind of filth. People need to go into the woods to do their business and not
just right outside the parking area. You know, you can see somebody's freshly dug, partially covered cat hole. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is gross.
So I mentioned in a video a long time ago, don't camp near major cities or major interstates. Get further away. So today we traveled, you know, a decent number of miles south of I-80, and then though that's when the fun starts. So we pull over to the side, we figure out exactly where we are, and out comes the map. And we look at the map and we look at whatever side, we get the detailed maps that show all the back roads, and it even mentions the farm names. But we try to figure out exactly where we are, and we start looking at where the dirt roads go. And then we start exploring. Sometimes we go up a dirt road and we end up just turning around someplace narrow and coming right back out. I mean, a lot of times that happens.
Never be afraid to say, we need to turn around.
Know when to turn around.
Yeah.
That's true. The first time you turn around, it may be kind of hard. Mentally, turn around. After you turn around the first time, turning around is an easier decision to make after that.
Right.
But anyways, you do a lot of that. And you know, you folks see the beautiful places we camp. We don't get there easily. Sometimes it takes numerous tries. And for every nice campground we find, we probably stayed in a Walmart parking lot twice. No, but I'm just saying that you have to look, and that's part of the explore thing, is to get out and explore. This is the fun of it when you finally find a little gem like this one is. But we look at the back roads, look at the dirt roads, look at the land ownership. Is it BLM? Is it National Forest? If it is, you're golden, right?
Right.
Yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. So Linda and I decided not to stay at that campsite, and we moved out. Even though it was a pretty rough road getting in there and everything, it just gave us a weird feeling, so we decided just to get the heck out of there. And we ended up actually spending the night in a pullout. It was Lamoille Canyon, south of Elko. Beautiful canyon, and there's pullouts all the way up. So as we were heading up looking for another place to camp, campground was full, and another campground was reserved. The whole campground, I guess, I don't know. By the way, this is Sunday night, and this was going on. So we pulled into one of those pullouts and we spent the night. And then this morning when we left there, numerous other pullouts had people camped in them all the way, you know, coming all, because we were up near the top, we were about 9,000 feet. And coming back down, the pullouts, so many of the pullouts had people in them. Sunday night. Kind of weird, huh? But this is 2020, and that's the way this summer has been. The campgrounds are packed. We've got a friend that's operating or helping with a KOA down near Bryce Canyon in Utah, and he says they're booked through September, solid. Normally, he says, when school starts, they empty out, but this year, not so much. They're just booked solid. Campgrounds are packed. You can still get spots, you know, if you get there. They say that Thursday is the new Friday. Usually if you don't get there by Friday, it's booked. Now if you don't get there by Thursday, it's booked. You know, it's things you got to plan on. Boondocking is still boondocking, though. You can still get out to these spots and have a little piece of paradise all to yourself. Slingshot, eh?
See, now I can't hit it.
Because I got the camera out, now you can't hit nothing. Yep, there you go. I bought Linda 1,000 rounds of biodegradable clay pellets, all the same size. It was a gift. This is one of the main reasons I come down here, Linda and I both, is to be able to sit outside and look at the sky and the stars and everything, and it's so warm. You don't do this in Montana. Come evening time, you go inside, it just gets chilly. But we love coming down here to the, you know, to the desert so we can sit out at night and just enjoy the evenings. This is perfect. Yeah, if you're into boondocking, you can plan on your outfit being really dirty all the time. I can wash it one day, and it'll be a mess the next day, guaranteed. Dirt roads do that. So don't plan on having a clean vehicle or, you know, trailer or anything. We don't. Well, it's time for us to go. We're all packed up and ready to move out. Listen, I know things are all upside down in the cities and everything these days, and everything's in a turmoil. But you know what? When you're out here, it's all normal. So I encourage you guys to get out and enjoy the beauty of the world around you. We'll see you around.